With UFC bantamweight Sarah Kaufman, who is on the wrong side of what many are calling a controversial split decision here in Houston, Texas. I mean, the stats showed that you outstruck her and you outlanded her. What was going through your mind when the fight went to the judges' scorecards?
It's always hard when you're in a fight. You know what you landed and you know what they landed, and you kind of keep a rough tally of like, oh, I think I'm landing, or I'm landing the better shots. Everyone in my corner, at the end I was like, so did I win? I know the third was crystal clear. I know the first was close, and then the second I thought that I definitely had the second. But it's hard when you're in there, so you always feel like you won. But this time, the judges took the decision. I gave it to her, and she's tough. She came in there and she did what she wanted to do, and unfortunately, it didn't go my way, even though a lot of people said that they thought it should. But let's do it in Canada.
She was very resilient. I mean, she basically had an answer for everything you brought. You would land a good shot, she would come back and land a good shot, which kind of, you could hear the crowd obviously cheering her because she's an American. Do you think that had any sway in the judges' decisions?
I think crowds have a huge sway in the judges' decisions. Even if things don't land, if the crowds go crazy, then the judges are like, ooh, let's take, that stays in their mind for sure. But at the end of the day, it's a fight. Someone has to win, someone has to lose, and I want to be on the winning end all the time. Tonight didn't go my way, but I still have lots of fans, and it really doesn't change my resolve at all. I know that I put on a good fight, and from the stats, seemingly should have taken the win, but it's the judges, and that's my own fault.
Octagon jitters for real?
No, I felt great. Felt like any other fight. I knew that she was going to be tough, but honestly, it was the same fighting from any other cage that I fought in. The crowd was awesome, really supportive, and that's the biggest thing in a fight for me, is the crowd as opposed to where I am.
How much of it do you also think, because I was sitting cage side with my producer, and I said, Sarah's face is getting messed up here, but she's landing on Jessica, and Jessica's face is almost like got that BJ Penn sort of skin, and nothing is happening. And you're bleeding right now as we're talking to this, but talk about the whole situation. Did you think that may have looked at the judge and said, you know what, it's close, but she's all marked up?
I absolutely think so. I know in the second, Jessica kind of landed a couple jabs that kind of turned down a little bit until they just twisted the skin, and so I could feel it kind of swelling a bit, and definitely what appears to be damage weighs in the judge's eyes, and I do think that that's probably what swayed a couple of them to give her the second. Again, unfortunately, I have the pale Irish, English, Scottish skin that marks up pretty easily, but again, at the end of the day, no excuses. Come in there, you fight hard, and you go home, you're still a fighter.
I know you well enough, but for those that are watching right now, they're probably thinking, how is she smiling talking to Joe? Her face is all bloodied up, her lips are all bloodied up. How are you still smiling after going through a 15-minute war like that?
Fighting's fun. I do it because I love it, and at the end of the day, I'm going to keep doing it until I don't love it, which is going to be a long time away.
You taking some time off, or do you want to get right back in there?
I'll be back in the gym on Monday.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks so much, Joe.
There you have it, Sarah Kaufman at UFC 166, Toyota Center, Houston, Texas.